ready for a story, nod your head. Green inside, because of us go where, where, where. 1,
Hi friends, it's Miss Rachel. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let's go ahead and get started. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, rub your tummies. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, nod your head. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, sit so still. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, sit so still. Good job. All right, we're going to do open and shut them. Ready? Open and shut them. Open and shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open and shut them. Open and shut them. Put them in your lap, lap, lap. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them right up to your chin, chin, chin. Open up your little mouth, but do not let them in. Good job. All right, we have a very different tree tonight. Last week, Elena and Alexis recommended we should do a rainbow tree. So this is what Miss Rachel came up with. We have our rainbow colors: red, orange, yellow. Green is our tree, and blue and violet. So we're going to think way up high. In our rainbow tree, 5 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color. And we're going to say what color we shook down, okay? All right, let's count those colors. We have 1, red, orange, yellow, blue, and violet. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 5 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color red. Good job. How many colors now? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 4 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color orange. Good job. How many colors now? 3. 1, 2, 3. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 3 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color yellow. Good job. How many colors now? 2. 1, 2. And we have blue and violet. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 2 little colors smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color blue. Good job. How many colors now? 1. And what is our final color? Violet. Way up high in the rainbow tree, 1 little color smiled at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could, and down came the color violet. Good job. This was the perfect tree to do today because of the rain. Did anyone get rain at their house? Rainbows might not have been seen because it was getting dark, but I bet there was a rainbow out because of the rain. All right, we're going to talk about outer space today. So our first book is Pete the Cat Out of This World. And this is by James Dean. It's a great day. Pete the Cat is going to space camp. Pete meets his bunkmate, Glenn, as they unpack there is an announcement. Welcome, space campers. Please head to the classroom. Your mission begins now. Time to suit up, says Pete. He and Glenn put on their uniforms and race to class. There are so many cool things to do and super neat stuff to see. Astronaut Tom and Chris talk about the trips they've taken, and they give a sneak peek at future space trips. It would be totally rad to go to space, said Pete. The campers find out what it feels like to be an astronaut. They go into a zero-gravity chamber. They ride a rover. They even build rockets. Pete's rocket flies very, very far. Way to go, Pete, shouts Glenn. Next stop is a mission control. We have some exciting news, says Tom. Our next flight leaves today, and we're going to the moon, and we have room for more. Pete, do you want to go? Asks Sally. That would be awesome, says Pete. It's time to buckle up and settle into the space capsule. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. Their ship speeds through space. They blast past satellites and even spot a comet. Tom and Sally have a rocket surprise for Pete and his guitar. He plays a groovy interstellar song for them. Mission Control listens in. In no time at all, they arrive to the moon and they are ready to explore. The astronauts collect rocks and map out the moon's surface. Pete has a very important job to do. He straps on a jetpack and heads towards Mars. He takes tons of pictures. Oh no! Pete lost track of time and the moon is far, far away. He has to make it back to the ship before it blasts off. Phew! Pete made it back in the nick of time, and the astronauts head home, and there's time for a few more tunes. Pete sure knows how to make an entrance. Pete's trip to outer space was out of this world. Still, he's psyched to have his feet back on solid ground. Rock on, Pete. Good job, everyone. We have a lot of people joining us tonight, so thank you, Madison, Abby, and Brandon for joining us tonight. And Paisley, thank you so much for watching. And of course, Sierra, Taylor, and Travis, hello. Thank you all for joining. Feel free to leave some comments down below. Tell me if you think we should do a silly treat. I'd love to hear your recommendations, or just say hi. All right, let's go ahead and get on with some songs. We're going to do a space song. This is called Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. We're going to the moon. If you like to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. Now we're going to do the sign for moon. You're going to make the letter C with your pointing finger at them, and you're going to say moon, like that. So it goes like this. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you like to take a trip, ride aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! All right, let's do that again. And now we're going to add our moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're to the moon. If you like to take a trip, climb upon my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Good job. And hi, Desi and Liliana. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, we're going to put our finger on our nose, and we're going to have our finger on our ears and maybe our eyes. So it goes like this. Put your finger on your nose, on your nose. Put your finger on your nose, on your nose. Put your finger on your nose, put your finger on your nose. Put your finger on your nose, on your nose. Put your finger on your ears, on your ears. Can you find your ears? Put your finger on your ears, on your ears. Put your finger on your ears, put your finger on your ears. Put your finger on your ears, on your ears. Put your finger on your chin, on your chin. Put your finger on your chin, on your chin. Put your finger on your chin, put your finger on your chin, put your finger on your chin, on your chin. Put your finger on your eyes, on your eyes. Put your finger on your eyes, on your eyes. Put your finger on your eyes, put your finger on your eyes. Put your finger on your eyes, on your eyes. Good job. All right, we're going to do our 10 little fingers. We're going to count to 10 and we're going to wiggle and clap all the way to 10. Ready? 1 little, 2 little, 3 little fingers, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little fingers, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers on my hands. They wiggle and they wiggle and they wiggle all together. They wiggle and they wiggle. They wiggle all together. They wiggle and they wiggle and they wiggle all together. 10 little fingers on my hands. Clap them, keep on clapping. Clap them, keep on clapping. Clap them, keep on clapping. 10 little fingers on my hands. 1 little, 2 little, 3 little fingers, 4 little, 5, 6 little fingers, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little fingers, 10 little fingers on my hands. Good job. All right, we're going to do our 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. So we got our bed. And let's get those monkeys up there. We got 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. And who does Mama call? Mama calls the doctor, and what does the doctor say? No more monkeys jumping on the bed. All right, let's do 5 little monkeys. 5 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. How many monkeys now? 4. 4 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. How many monkeys now? 3. 3 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. How many monkeys now? 2. 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. How many monkeys now? 1. 1 little monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Good job. Right, let's put all those silly monkeys away so we can read our next book, which is Otter in Space by Sam Garton. Otter in Space by Sam Garton. On Sunday, Otter Keeper took me and Teddy to the museum. The museum is the best place ever. We saw a huge dinosaur skeleton and met Teddy's cousin. We also looked at old paintings made before crayons were invented. In a museum, even boring things become interesting if you are old enough. But our most favorite part was the special room all about outer space. There were lots of fun things to do and buttons to press. Teddy and I got to see a real moon rock. Otter's keeper said it came all the way from the moon. And the moon is very, very far away. The video told us so. Our last stop to the museum was a very important one, the gift shop. Unfortunately, Otter Keeper said I couldn't buy everything I needed, so I was forced to make some very difficult decisions. On my way home, Teddy and I were a little sad. We had a new spaceship, but we really needed a moon rock too. The next day, after Otter's Keeper left for work, we were still sad. Playing in outer space was no fun with just a spaceship. Teddy suggested going back to the museum to get the moon rock, but no one knew how to get there without Otter's Keeper. Giraffe offered to drive, but I don't think he really knows how. I needed to think of a clever plan to get that moon rock. This took a long time. Then suddenly I had the best idea ever. Teddy, I would get our moon rock from the same place the museum did, the moon. We made a very important list of very important things, and it was very important. Really important things I need to do. Make an important list, make a spaceship, train Teddy, and find the real space rock. But before getting started, we decided to have our lunch. Thinking of ideas and writing lists can make you very hungry. Lunch is very important too. The first thing on the list was to build our spacesuit. You must not forget to bring a spacesuit if you're going to the moon.
Unfortunately, our house was a lot of gravity, and this can make it hard to properly test our spacesuit. Teddy took our spacesuit off. He didn't seem to be taking space travel seriously. So I decided it was time to start his training. Problem solving wasn't his strong point, but he impressed everyone with his performance to the anti-gravity training. Teddy asked if Giraffe was going with them to the moon, and I explained that Giraffe, of all people, certainly could not come. Giraffe had a very important job back on Earth. Now it's time to build our spaceship. This was very important, and I told everyone they had to help, but I still had to do most of the work by myself. Finally, it was time for launch. Liftoff went very well, but we didn't have a bumpy moon landing, and my spacesuit got a little broken. We didn't have long to find our moon rock, but luckily there was one hiding in the same place. We chose the best moon rock we could find, the biggest one. It was hard to get back to Earth, but Teddy and I agreed it was worth it. And then our otter keeper came home. We discovered he really doesn't like moon rocks. In fact, he was quite upset to find that the moon rock had needed to go back to where it came from. This was a silly idea. We obviously couldn't get it back to the moon because our spaceship was broken. Otter's keeper said we could discuss what to do with the moon rock at dinner. I kept my spacesuit on the whole time to show him I was serious. Finally, Otter's keeper agreed to let us keep the moon rock, but only if we took it outside and gave it a bath. That evening, Otter's keeper added, "Do not dig up moon rocks" to our list of things not to do. But we didn't say anything about digging up other things. So tomorrow, Teddy and I have decided to go back to the moon to dig up dinosaurs. Good job. All right, we're going to do Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Ready? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. All right, let's wave goodbye. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. With the friends at Storytime, we wave goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. We clap goodbye like this. With the friends at Storytime, we clap goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. We stomp goodbye like this. With our friends at Storytime, we stomp goodbye like this. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope to see you next time. Bye!